Hey everyone, this is Angie at Stampin' with Amore, and this is part 2 of the So Much Happy series that I am doing. I created the card yesterday in my tutorial, and so today I am sharing the little box on there. So this box is 3.5 by 2.5, and I believe it's 2.5 tall. So it's a really cute little treat box, or you can use it for a small gift. But wouldn't it be a really cute little ensemble to give for a little birthday party or something? So I shared the card yesterday. If you didn't see it, I'll post it up in the video here. And then today I am sharing the box, the second part of this series. So let's go ahead and get started with the box. I'm using the So Much Happy bundle. So it is the Happy dies, which also has this Happy die right here, which we're going to use today. And we're also going to use, we need the balloons today. We need the small balloon and we need the little string from this one. I have a hard time picking these up when they're flat like that. So we're going to use those 3, and then we are using the balloons. We're going to use the small balloon here. We're going to use this larger balloon, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. We're going to use the stars, and then we're going to use the birthday for the little sentiment. All right, so for this, you are going to need a piece of, I'm using Pacific Point again, so this piece of cardstock is 10.5 by 8.5. To mat it, you are going to need 2 pieces that are 3 3/8 by 2 3/8, and 2 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And for the designer series paper, I'm using the Brights collection, and this is our new 6 by 6 designer series paper pack. And so it comes in all of our color families, but this is the Brights that I'm using today. Then you're going to need a piece of Whisper White. I thought I cut a piece for my sentiment, but I guess I didn't. But this is to stamp your balloons and to cut out your little strings. And then for the sentiment, you're going to need a piece of hat that is 1/2 by 1.5. And I may just use the bottom of this. I thought I cut it out, but I may have fell somewhere. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So let's go ahead and first do the balloons. Let's stamp everything so that we can do the big shot work all at once. All right, so we are using, again, Pacific Point and Daffodil Delight. I love these colors together, and I mentioned that in the last video. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do one of the little striped balloons, and we're going to do that one in Daffodil Delight. And then we're going to do a little technique using the kissing technique, but I want 2 small balloons because the large one would be too big for this box. So we are going to stamp the one that has the little stars on it. We're going to stamp that one and ink it up really good. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the little balloon that is just a plain balloon, and you're going to kiss it to the other stamp that's inked up with the stars. And then what you're going to do is we are going to just stamp that. And now we have one that has little stars on it. Isn't that cute? I love this technique. It's an old technique, but it's really, really fun to do. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to use the string. I am not going to stamp the string, but we are going to cut the string out just with the Whisper White. So we're just using the die, but it does have a string. If you want to stamp it first and then run it through, you can do that. All right, so I think that's all we need to do until we come to the sentiment. And I think that's the only big shot we have to do, big shot work. So let's go ahead and score our box. Okay, so to score this, we're going to score on the 8.5 inch side at 2.5. And it's 6. And then you're going to turn it, and on the 10.5 inch side, you are going to score it at 1/2. At 3. 5.5, and 8. And that's all of your scoring. Let's get back together here. All right, so the 1/2 inch side is going to be our top of our box. So what we're going to do is cut this, and we're just going to cut down these two. And I want some little flaps, so I'm going to cut these down here. And so you have this area right there, and this is going to be one of our inside flaps. I just like putting them on these boxes. It holds the top up better. And we're going to do the same on this one. And always save your larger pieces for cutting dies out. And then we're going to just clip the top part there so it folds into our box better. And then we're going to do the sides. So we're cutting in both of these sides. We're going to cut some off here. And then I'm going to shorten this like that. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. And then we're going to shorten this one. It's just going to be so that there's less bulk on the inside of this box. So it's going to look like that. These are our two little top flaps, and then our box will look like this. All right, so before we do anything else, we need to bring the Big Shot up here, and we are going to use our little happy die, and then we're going to cut out our balloons. So what you're going to do is we are going to bring our happy die in here, and be very careful with your die because I actually bent mine a little bit. My Big Shot is not the greatest, and it has been causing problems with a lot of, I've had a few dies of my dies break, and so I'm waiting for the new Stampin' Up cut machine to come, which will be not very long. They're telling us it's going to be soon. So you want to make sure your happy is facing that way because this is the front of our box. And I'm going to use some tear and tape on here on both sides. It's not tear and tape, it's purple tape. And I'm going to get a couple more pieces because these are wearing out and they don't want to hold them in place very well. So I'm going to get a couple more pieces, make sure it's, and it looks like it moved a little bit on me. All right, so now I got it. My plates are really warped, so that's what's causing the issue of it not staying still. So you want to tuck this in, and then we're going to get our other plate. We're not going to run this all the way through. We're just going to run it until it cuts. And my plates are terribly warped, and I don't know how that happened, but it did. All right, so now we're going to have our happy in here. Try to get all these pieces out. That one's a little stuck. So there you go. There's the top of our box. All right, let's cut the balloons out. And I need to get me some new plates, that's for sure. I go through them like crazy because I use the Big Shot so much. So we're going to use, we need to run this through twice. We're going to do one string, and then we'll do one balloon, and I'm going to use this purple tape off of here. So we'll do one balloon, one string, one balloon, one string. So I'm going to leave those there, and I am going to bring in my little stars and some Daffodil Delight, And I'm not sure that I told you this piece size, because this goes on the inside of the box. It's 3 5/8 by 2 1/4. And I'll show you in a minute what we're going to do with that. But we're going to stamp these stars all over this. And I'm just randomly stamping them. This would be such a cute 4th of July stamp. Let's see if I can get a few more in there. There we go. So we have that all stamped, ready to go. And we're going to attach this to our box. So this is going to go on the inside here. So you're going to line it up with the edges of your box. It's going to be a little bit long. I just actually trimmed mine because it's actually 3 1/2, but I wanted to be able to trim it myself because last time I had it a hair too short. So we're going to use our Stampin' Seal Plus, and we're going to put it on here. This is the stronger adhesive, and this is great for boxes and bags. So I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to line it up. I have ink on my fingers, and I just got it on my top of my box. I'm going to line up the edge, and then I'm going to just trim the other piece off. You can do it exactly 3 1/2 if you want, but I felt like I can do a better job this way and just trim it. Just like that. So that is the top. So now we are ready to sharpen all these score marks. And we'll put our box together and then we'll mat it. If you're one of those that likes to mat ahead of time, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to put some adhesive on this little tabs right here. And just use a very light touch. You don't need to push hard on these or anything. It's really nice. I think I'm really going to like this adhesive. And then these are going to go on the outside. So we are going to put adhesive on this. And these are going to fold to the outside. So we have a nice clean front on it. So this part is nice and clean. These are the flaps that fold in. And that is the top, like that. I just got my fingerprint on it, so ignore that. I got ink on my tips of my fingers. All right, we are going to mat this. So I'm going to use the regular Stampin' Seal to mat it because we don't need the extra strong. Although this is even stronger than the regular snail, it's super sticky, so be careful with it. All right, so we have it all matted up. Now we're going to go ahead and grab that other piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp the birthday, and then we'll just cut from the bottom here. So I'm going to use Memento Black for the birthday, and I'm just going to have to freehand it because I don't know what happened to my piece that I had. So I'm actually just going to cut really close to the letters here. And then again, we're going to use some of our Stampin' Seal here, and we're going to put that on the bottom. Right there, I'm going to snip that off. All right. Now we're going to do our balloons. And I'm actually, let's see, let's grab them here. I want to stick. All right, so I'm putting some adhesive on the back of the balloon. We're going to place one up at the top here. And then I'm going to use, actually I should put these on first, but I'm going to use wet glue for this. It just seems to work better for the strings. Using either a glue dot or wet glue. And I forgot the glue dot, so we're going to use wet glue here. And just let it hang off. We're going to trim that later. And then we're going to use a dimensional. I'm a little lost because I'm reorganizing my craft room, which I may do a tour of when I get it done. But I have new places for everything. I have everything super organized. We'll see how long it stays like that. But so now I'm like a little lost in my own craft room trying to find everything. And then we're going to just place this one on top and let the strings kind of meet together. I'm going to trim these back just to the edge there. I'm going to use some of our Daffodil Delight ruched ribbon here, and I'm going to tie a bow, a small bow. You know, it feels really good though to have things organized. It's so much easier to work when you're organized. So it's just getting used to everything. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to use a glue dot on our bow here. And then we're going to put the bow right at the bottom here. And there you have it. It's all done. Isn't that cute? I thought they turned out so cute. Oh, another thing I did on this one is I used my 1/2-inch circle punch, which I really like doing. It makes it so much easier to open your box and just punch that. And it makes so much easier just to grab that lid and open it. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it, the series. Here is the other cards that I made. And it was really fun to do, and it makes such a cute little gift. So I hope you try it for yourself. If you need any supplies, you can shop on my blog at stampingwiththemore.com. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. And if you want to get into the drawing, you need to subscribe to my channel. And you also need to like my Facebook page, Stamping with the More. And there is a link in the description. Have a blessed one, and I'll catch you in the next one, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye.